excuse me, the I Love Hitler article from Politico. And this article, which I believe is written by Jason Beeferman. Okay, that's an interesting name. Jason Beeferman and Emily Nagle. And so their article, which is, I truly believe, if you look at this, you can look at this article for yourself. And I know New York Post and other news organizations are talking about it now. Came out about 2 days. It came out on Sunday. And they're saying, oh, this is a leaked message. And it just shows you young Republicans are racist. They're a bunch of racists. No, they're not. No, they're not. And what they found doesn't show us that. And I know right now everyone is dogpiling. When this news came out, one of my very good friends got in touch with me, someone I know in politics. They got right in touch with me. They're like, oh my God, this is going to explode in people's faces. The young Republicans across the nation are going, they're done. They're done as an organization. The New York Young Republicans, they're decimated. They're going to disappear. This is the end of their organization forever. And I said, no, I don't think so. No, I don't think that's going to happen. This will blow over. And in part because it's not true. It's not real. And some people are starting to really look at the article. And if the first time you read it, you're just absorbed with, oh my God, they're just racist. They're just Nazis. They're just authoritarian. Oh, read it again. Read it again without that emotion. Read the article and really stop paragraph by paragraph. If you initially read it and were like, those Republicans are evil, read it again. Read it one paragraph at a time. And really look at the paragraphs, because what you think it said, it didn't say. See, right here, leaked messages expose young Republicans' racist chat. Was it a racist chat? Well, there were racist words in some of the chats, but it wasn't 7 months of just racism. They want to set up the impression in your mind that every time these young Republicans decided to talk to each other, well, then it was racist. It was obviously racist. Lots of racism. No. That's not true. But that's the mental image they want you to have, because we know Politico is biased against Republicans and conservatives. Not as bad as, say, Axios, not as bad as the Huffington Post, not as bad as MSNBC, but they are left of center. And I don't mean left leaning, they're left of center, and they don't like Republicans, Donald Trump, MAGA, America First. They don't like that. And they love to put out articles that hurt that. And this was meant to be an October surprise. This was meant to help the New York election for Zoran Mandami and the Democrats. That's why they came out with this. They've had this article for 7 months. They could have told the American people about this at any time they wanted to. They didn't want to do that because they didn't see the advantage. They didn't do that because it wouldn't have helped Democrats win an election if they announced it back in June or July or August. You wouldn't remember it today, because they know that the general public, when it comes to politics, the news stories you remember, you only remember about 3 months. Anything more than 3 months ago, most people don't remember. Or if they do remember it, they remember it wrong. That's just the truth of it. Most people don't remember. They remember, oh, Dr. Fauci, he was in charge of something. He was in charge of our health. He was in charge of our response to the pandemic. And they were, but I don't remember. They don't remember the fact that he was doing illegal experiments on puppies, beagles, tying them down and letting mosquitoes eat the puppies to death. that they would surgically remove the vocal cords of those puppies so that the scientists didn't have to hear those puppies screaming in pain every day until they die. No, that was too much for the scientists. So they just took away their ability to cry and make sound as they allowed the mosquitoes to eat those beagle babies, let them die that way. And that was Dr. Fauci. You forgot that story. You forgot that that's the guy who was responsible for that. And that changes the way you look at all of his other decisions, right? Because that's pretty evil, wouldn't you say? To do that to dogs, to innocent dogs, baby dogs, young puppies, and to cut out their vocal cords to tie them down as they're being tortured. That's a pretty devious mind. And this is what Dr. Fauci authorized. He's not a good guy. He's not a good guy. And that not good guy made bad decisions in 2020, 2021, 22. He made bad decisions that hurt American citizens. But you don't remember that. See, I'm saying that to remind you of what you forgot. And that's what the news media is counting on. They're counting on you not remembering. They want you to remember the emotion, not the reason. So they want you to remember that, Republicans are racist and they're Nazis. They don't want you to remember the detail. So that's where this article came from. It was supposed to change the way elections would be seen across America in 2025, and hopefully to make you think that Republicans are untrustworthy in 2026 when you're just remembering the feeling and don't remembering the details, so that Democrats can win because it's the midterm elections. That's what this article is about. Now, people are going to tell me, but Mike, you're helping Nazis. You're a Nazi. And yes, people do tell me to my face. Well, not to my face. Online, people will tell me all the time, Mike, you're just a Nazi. I'm like, do you ever see you ever seen a video of me? You ever seen my picture? I don't think so. But okay, yeah, they say these kind of stupid things, but their point is you're being evil. You're helping evil people. They don't know what they're talking about. Like this. Second line in this, it says in the Politico article, it says thousands of private messages, thousands, actually tens of thousands of messages, reveal young GOP leaders. They're not that young. We're talking about people who are on average about 22 years old. Some of them are as old as 26. I think the oldest person in the article was discussed as about 26. And I think the youngest person is about 20.